Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, today's tutorial I'm going to show you guys how you can make a mermaid skirt, like our inline skirt with tail. Yes, using the slash and spread method. Okay, so if this is what you're interested in, then continue watching. Now, first of all, this is our pattern paper. In case you're cutting direct on your fabric, have it in mind that this pattern paper is supposed to be on fold. Yes, it's supposed to be folded into two. But because I'm just cutting on pattern paper, that is why I didn't fold it into two. So if you're cutting directly on your fabric, have it in mind that this pattern paper will be folded into two. And you start your cutting from the folded part, okay? So now we're going to start rolling our lines. Now have it in mind, this is a skirt. Now we will need our waist measurement, our hip, our knee length, and our full length. Those are the measurements you are going to need for this skirt. Okay, so first of all, we are going to draft out a basic skirt, and after drafting out the basic skirt, then we can now slash and spread it to get the mermaid skirt. Okay, so let's go. So first of all, draw a straight line that will start. This will start as our starting line. So this here is our starting line. So after that, okay, so now we're going to get our full length. Like I said, our full length is 40. So this is where this is our 40. I'm going to add 1.5 inch for folding. That means you're going to have 41.5. I'll draw a straight line. Okay. Now the next measurement we are going to take is our knee length. I said our knee length is 19, which is here. So mark 19 or 2. Okay, now to know the fabric you're supposed to fold, all you have to do is to divide your biggest measurement. Our own, is the hip now. This is skirt. When you divide it by 4 into 4, you add like 3 to 4 inches. You can add like 5. Then that will be the fabric that will be on fold. Now here is our knee length. This is our knee length. Here is our full length. Okay, so the next thing we're going to mark out now is our hip length. Now for our hip length, I'm making use of 9. So we're going to mark our 9. Like this. So we connect. So here is our hip length. Okay, this is our starting line, this is our hip length, this is our knee length, and this is our full length. Now one thing I want you to know again is, if I don't think this is like is a gown, all you have to do is to take out your half length. When you take out your half length, then you get every other measurement. Okay, when you take out your half length, you get every other measurement. Okay, so now let's start taking our other measurements. Now we'll start with our waist. Our waist is 36 and half. When we divide 36 and half, we have, we divide into 4, should be having 9 1/4. Yes, we have, we mark our 9 1/4. This is where our 9 1/4 is here. Then we add our sewing allowance. We're adding 2.5 inches. I want to add 2.5 inches. Yes, you can add 2, you can add 1, depending on what you want. Now on our hip length, our hip is 42. When we divide 42 into 4, we have 10.5. So we also come here, we mark our hip 10.5. Then we add our 2.5 inches for sewing, which is here on this line. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now is the knee length. So this is our knee length. I've shifted the our pattern paper. This is where our knee length is. I want us to get our knee length. Now remember our hip length. We said we had let's check what we have on our hip length. On our hip, we have 13. So what we'll do, we'll come to this our knee length. We'll put 13, then we'll minus 1.5 from it. That's how I get my new circumference. Oh, minus 1.5. This is what we are having. Oh, minus 1.5 we are having here. So what we'll have is 11.5. So we'll mark the 11.5 here. You understand? Whatever you have on your hip circumference, both allowance, everything, you minus 1.5 from it. That will give you your knee. Now we'll come to the foot. Whatever we have on our knee circumference, which is 11.5, we're also going to mark it on this lace like this. So now let's connect. Let's start from the knee length to connect. From the full length to connect. I want to connect from the full length to the knee length. Okay? So let me connect the lines. Okay? So this is it. So let's take it up so that this is it. Now we're going to connect from our waist to our hip down to our knee length, then to full length. No, we connected this one. So we'll connect this one. Hip curve, you can use it. If you don't have, you can use your normal ruler, then you blend it. So we join like this. Then after joining from waist to hip, we'll now join from hip to the from the hip to the knee length. So you see how it's looking. This is our waist, this is our hip, this is our knee length, and that's our full length. So what we are going to do now, I'm just going to cut it out. Okay, we'll cut it out. The hip area, this is the hip area, this is what the full length looks like. So you can see. So what we're going to do now, we're going to keep this aside, get another pattern paper to cut the back part. Okay, front part, this is the front part that we already cut, this is the back part. And for my skirts, apart from the zipper allowance, I don't add any other allowance at the back. So this is where I am interested in. This is the center of the back, this is the center of the front. Please let me say it again. If you are cutting direct on your fabric, please, this is to be on fold. You fold it into two. The same with this. It's because I'm trying to manage this pattern paper. That is why is single this way. So this is the center. This is where we'll have our zipper. So this is what we are going to do. I'm going to add 1 inch. So if we check here now, let's check it. This is our 1 inch allowance. So I'm going to add this 1 inch from this starting point down to the full length. I'll add 1 inch. Yes, I'll add 1 inch. So that is how I'm going to do it. So when I'm done, we'll cut out. So that's just it, nothing else. Remember, this was our starting line. So we're just going to trim out from this place. This was where we started from the front. So I'll trim it out, cut it out. This is our zipper allowance. Please, this is our zipper allowance. I'm going to put a notch on it, just like this. So this is our zipper allowance. So all I'm going to do now is just to cut. Okay. Now let's keep the back part by the side and work on the front side. Okay, guys. So now we want to slash to get our tail, our mermaid skirt design. So we want to slash. So what we are going to do, remember this is our starting line. This is our hip length. Here we got our round hip. Now this is our knee. Now we are interested on this knee length. Let me write it so you guys will see it. This is our knee length. We are interested in this. So let me bring it closer so that you can see. We'll come to this knee length. We'll measure what we have. We have 11 and a half. Then we'll divide it into 2. Whatever we have here, we divide into 2. Then we'll mark. We'll do same thing to this place. Whatever we have, we mark. Then the same thing to the full length. Whatever we have, we mark. So we are trying to get the center. Okay, after this, and join the lines together. We join the lines together. This way. And this way. So this is what we have. Then we're going to get our scissors and slash it open like this. When we get to this knee length, we'll stop. Now we'll check where is our center. Okay, so this is our center. This is the front. This is the center front. This is the side. Then we're going to open up this side, not the center, the side, like this. So we'll stop halfway. Okay, so when we open it up, this is what we have. You see, this is what we have. Please, sorry about this. I'm still trying to fix my table. So this is what we have. Let me bring up the whole pattern paper so that you guys can see it. Okay, guys, I had to come down to the floor because my table wasn't giving me what I wanted, and coupled with the fact that this thing, coupled with the fact that the breeze is too much. So you see, this was what we had. This was what we had. This was our skirt. So as you can see, this was what we had before I slash it. So
Now when after slashing, I opened up this side. This is the side, not the center. Then this is how it's going to be. The breeze is too much. Let me hold it with this. So you're going to spread it this way. So you see, so you're going to spread it. Let me hold this here. You're going to spread it this way, depending on how wide you want it to be and how wide you want your fabric to be. So this is how the front part will look like. So let's cut the back part, then we'll place it on our fabric. This is just me. I said it. I said it. Okay guys, so this is the back part. Yes. I think breeze is too much here. So this is what the back looks like. Remember, this is our knee length. This is our knee length. So now let's do the same thing we did to the front. This is what we are going to do. So we come to this knee length. We take our measurement 12. Okay, and let's be sure. I didn't make a mark. Our knee length was 19. I'm trying to be sure. So yes, this is our knee length. So whatever we have here, we divide into 2 and we mark. Whatever we have here also, we divide into 2, we mark. We come to the down part. Whatever we have also, we divide into 2, then we mark. So after that, we're going to join the lines. So when we are done with this, we join the lines like this. What we are going to do, we are going to slash it open. Open it up. Okay. Remember from here now, this is our um center front. This is our center. This is center, and this is side. So this is where we need it. We are going to open it up this way. Then we'll stop halfway. So this one will be like this. I don't know if you guys can see it. So this one will be like this. Now, if we want it to have tail at the back, because this is the center back. If you want it to have tail, then you come and slash it open this way again. You also stop halfway. So at the end of the day, we're going to have something like this. So you see, this is for the tail. This is for our normal mermaid. But me, I don't want tail. So when I want to cut, I'll still place this one like this. Then I cut. So now let me get our fabric so that we can cut all this on the fabric. Okay guys, so this is the fabric we want to cut this. So as you can see, it unfold, and here is the center. This is the closed part. Then we'll get our pattern paper. See our pattern paper. We're going to be putting it this way. Okay, let's make it like this. Okay, so here is the center. This is the closed side, and this is the open part. Okay, so we get our pattern paper. This is the front panel we want to cut. Place it this way. This is the center. Sorry, here has removed. I'll put it back. So here is the center. We place it like this. We need to pin this down. I have to kneel. Cutting on the floor, not try to. We need to pin it on the fabric.
Okay, we already placed our front pattern paper on our fabric. Now, this is the part that I slashed. Sorry, it's removed, but as you can see, I'm trying to fix it back. Okay, so this is it. Remember, this is the part we opened up. That's for our slashing. So I'll just pin it back. And you see, this is how it's going to be. Okay, so I'll make sure that part I'm holding doesn't move. So I'm going to take my pin and hold it down. It's not supposed to remove at all, so yes, it was just the breeze. Okay, so you see the way I'm spreading it. Okay, now you spread this thing as wide as you want, or how your fabric is, depending on how wide your fabric is, or how full you want the mermaid skirt to be. Okay, so this is it. Now have it in mind that the wideness or the fullness I want for the front is the same I want for the back, because I'm not adding any tail. Okay, so I'm going to use the same fullness. So what it means now is that I'm going to make sure I take the measurements. That's that spreading part. I'm going to show you guys what I'm trying to explain. So as it is now, I'm okay with this wideness. Yes, I'm okay with the wideness I have here. So I'm trying to pin everything down. Okay, so now look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my tape and check how wide. You see, this is what I was talking about. Now when I'm cutting the back part, I'm going to make sure that the same. Okay, so after that, I try to close it up a bit because I noticed that it was too wide. I didn't want it to be so full. Okay, so this is it. So let's try to check if I've gotten what I wanted. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do now, I don't want a situation whereby the one side will be longer than the other side. Okay, so now look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my tape, place it on the nail length. You see what I did now? Place it there, take it down. Okay, now I'm going to check this one, the front part, that's the center front. Check what I have there. You see what I have there? Then I'm placing it on this side, the side of the center. Now I'm going to use my chalk and mark it round. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to make sure they are equal. Yes, that is what I'm doing. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to make sure they are equal, okay? So you see, I'll do this round. So you see the way I connected it. Okay, so this way now I'm sure that the center side and the center front are equal. Okay, so this is it about the front side. Now I'm just going to cut it out. Yes, I'm just going to cut it out. Okay, so this is it about the front panel. So this is what it looks like after cutting. I'm trying to bring out the pins I use in holding it down. So let's take out the pattern paper so that you see what the skirt looks like. Please, if you are making a gown, like I said earlier when I was still cutting on the pattern paper, I told you that all you have to do was to take out the half length, then you get your measurement. It's still the same method. Everything I'm doing here is the same. The only difference is that we're still going to have half cuts to join to the skirt part. That's if you're making a gown, okay? So I think that is well understood. So this is the front part. Now let's make the back part. Let's cut out the back part on our fabric. Okay guys, so this is our pattern paper. I'm placing it on the fabric. Same way I did for the front. I'm placing it on the fabric and I'll just pin it down so that we can cut out the same thing we cut on the pattern paper on the fabric. Okay, so this is it. Now remember I told you guys I'm not adding a tail to this skirt. Yes, I'm not adding a tail, but I showed you guys in case you want to add a tail to yours. I showed you guys what to do. Okay, but here we're not adding a tail. Okay, let's just call it is a simple A-line skirt. So you see, so like I said, if you wanted to add a tail, that's why I slashed that center back, that place I'm touching now. That was the reason why I slashed it, but we don't need a tail. Okay, so that is it. So now since we don't need a tail, let's just move this part I'm holding. So you see the way I'm doing it. Now we are spreading this part. Okay, we spread it just like we did for the front pattern. We spread it. We use our pin to pin it down. Secure it with our pin. Okay, I remember we took the measurement of the space, or should I say the spreading in the front part pattern. So I'm also going to check that here because I told you guys I want it to be equal. Since you're not having a tail, I want the fullness we have at the front to also be the same at the back. Okay, so this is what we are doing. Okay, so this is me checking if what I have is equal to what I had on the front part. Okay, so how to hold this place very well. The breeze really spoiled so many things for me on the day I was cutting this clothes, but I was determined to make this. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, also we still the same thing we did to the front. I remember I told you I want the sides to be equal. Okay, so you see what I have here. I'll take it to the side and mark it, making sure they are equal, just like we did to the front side. Okay, I'm making sure the center and the side that they are equal. Okay, so when I connect it, the next thing I'm going to do is to just cut it out. That's all I have to do here now. I'll just cut it out. Okay, like I told you guys earlier, I don't mean you want to add a tail. You see this part I'm holding, you just take it. You see the way I did it, you just move it front. You see the way I did it. Let's say you want a tail for yours. You see that front, that's the center I'm holding. You see the way I open it up. That is all you have to do if you want a tail for yours. But because I don't want a tail, that is why I didn't spread mine that way. So you saw what I just did. Then you connect from that place. You connect it back. That's all. If you had wanted a tail, you see what I'm doing there. Maybe later I'll make a tutorial and to show you guys how to do that. Okay. So, but since I don't want a tail, I'll just connect it back to how it was, and I will cut it out. So that is it about that. So it's time to cut. I'll just cut it out. Okay, so now we are done cutting. Yes, we're done cutting the front and back. We're done cutting out the pattern papers on our fabric. So now the next thing is to go and cut out our lining and turn the fabrics with lining. Okay guys, so this is what our front and back panel looks like. Hope you see, like I told you guys, I wanted it to be equal. You see, we don't have any tail on this. Please, we don't have any tail on this. I showed you guys how to add tail to yours if you want it to have tail, okay? So you see, like I told you guys, I want it to be equal. You see that part where we have our zipper allowance, that's for the back part. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay guys, so this is it. I'm trying to notch the knee length for both the front and back. Yes, I just notch the knee length so that I won't make mistake while turning lining and when I'll be shaping it out. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut out our lining. Now if you want to line yours, now is the time for you to cut out your lining. Take it over to the machine and sew it around, turn it with your lining, iron it, and bring it back. Okay, so let me do that and show you guys. Okay guys, so this is it. This is what it looks like when I was done turning lining. So this is it. Are you seeing how beautiful our skirt is looking? That's the front panel, and this is the back panel. One side of the back panel. You know the back panel has to be two because of the zipper allowance that we kept. So this is it. This is what it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go over to the machine, join these two back side together. Yes, leaving my zipper allowance. Like from the upper part, I'll leave like 6 inches or 7 inches for my zipper allowance, just like I'm showing you guys. Okay, I'll leave like 6 to 7 inches for my zipper allowance. If it's a skirt, you can leave up to 8 9 inches. Yes, before you now close it down. Okay, that's where my sewing will start from. Then from that place, I'll close it down. Okay, so that is what I'm going over to the machine to do now. Okay guys, so this is what we have. So you saw are you seeing the 6 to 7 inches allowance I told you to leave? Okay, that is the part that is open. Okay, so that is it. So now all we have to do now is to join, to shape it out. Yes, our skirt is almost ready. All we have to do now is to shape it out. Now we are shaping it out. Now place the front and the back together, right side facing right side. We'll place it together, making sure that equal on both sides. Then we're going to use our hip circumference divided by 2 to get our hip. Then our waist circumference divided by 2 to get our waist. Then when we get our knee length, remember what we did. When we get to our knee length, remember what we did. Whatever we have on our hip circumference, then we minus 1.5 inch. That is how we get our new circumference. Yes. So now see what I'm doing. I'm marking out all the lines. This is our knee length. Then I'll mark 9 inches for our hip length. Remember that was what we used when we were still marking out our basic skirt on our pattern paper. Like I told you guys earlier, you come to your waist, you divide your waist circumference into 2. Okay, whatever you get, you mark. Whatever allowance is remaining, you divide it into 2 and share it on both sides. Okay, just like I'm doing, share it on both sides. Then you come to the hip, do same thing. Go to the waist, to the knee length. Whatever you have on your knee, on your hip circumference, that's the hip length. Whatever you have there, you divide it into 2. Whatever you have on your hip circumference, you go down to your knee length. under your knee circumference, you minus 1.5 inches and mark it there. I don't know if you guys understand me. You minus 1.5 inches and mark it there. Then when you are done, you connect the lines just like I'm doing. Yes, you connect the lines. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to do now, we're going to get our straight ruler. Yes, we're going to get our straight ruler. Then we'll place it on that knee length. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, you see what I'm talking about. When you place it on the knee length, then you slant it to the hemline, to where the skirt ends. So you see, this is how we got our flay. That's our A-line skirts. Okay, yes, this doesn't have the tail, so this shouldn't be called a mermaid skirt. Let's just call it our A-line skirt, yes, because it doesn't have the tail. Okay, so this is it, just like I'm doing. It's very simple. Okay, our skirt is almost ready. All you have to do now is take it to the machine, shape it the way we have marked it, put your zipper, and you are good to go. That is all. Please, if you've not subscribed to our channel, do it to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. If you've not on your notification button, so that whenever we upload new videos, you will always get notified. Okay, so this is it. That's all. So as you can see, it's very simple.
So guys, this
Okay,
is
so
what
this
our
is
skirt
the
looks
final
like
look. Not actually the final look
after
for me,
sewing.
because I'm
So
still
this
going
is
to
it.
add half length. This is
So
a
you should
gown.
be having
Yes, it's a
something
gown
like
I'm
this.
making. Like I told you guys, you
This
can
is the
also use this
front
method
part.
for your
Now,
gown,
like
for
I
your
told you
skirt.
guys,
So I'm still going to add the half
I
length
still
and
want to
all that.
attach
So
this to
thank you so
a
much for
gown.
watching.
Yes, that is
Don't
why
forget to let me know in the
here is
comment
still looking
section
this
if you
way.
have
I want
any
to attach it
issues
to a
while
gown.
making this.
So let me show you
Thank you
guys
once
what
again, and God bless
the
you.
back